Welcome to another episode, everyone. Karmelo Anthony will be violated by prison predators. Karmelo Anthony, of course, was just recently found guilty, a very young man, 18, 19 years old, and is heading to prison for the first time for 35 years. Deep inside of these prison systems lie prison predators who are lying in wait for individuals who are young, fresh inside of the prison system, who do not know what's going on and do not understand the prison politics. They take these individuals under their wing and try to break them down eventually. We'll get into the Karmelo Anthony situation today. I've done over 30 years in the penal system and determined whether or not he will be safe in prison. Here, this is Terrence Gangster Williams, an individual who was responsible, self-admittedly, for over 40 murders and who snitched on everybody. But he was in the prison system, and the same prison system that Karmelo Anthony is headed to. I can speak to the California prison system, but not some of these others. This individual here, some of these other prison systems, they have these predators. It is really disallowed in the California penal system.
You ain't going to school. You know, they might bring you some literature to the cell.
Yeah.
You locked in. You know?
As we can see, this is Prison Stories 101. Shout out to them. And the headline, the title here reads, Karmelo Anthony will be violated by prison predators. He will have zero defense. Gangster Williams. He will have zero defense. He has a defense. I'm going to tell you what his defense is in a second. I'll tell you now. Get your blade out and start swinging it at everybody.
Based on the height of the crime, based on, the height of the case, and the national attention has gotten, should he go to PC? Just, mind you, no. He's never did a day in jail. Like, this is all new to him. Would you suggest that he go to PC just to start understanding that he's locked up? He should go to Gen Pop and be with people.
Because this is a young man who national attention, got found guilty. Now you separated from your family because you have a mother and father. You separated from that, and now you don't know what's going on. So in solitary confinement, you in this cell by yourself, and that might wind up going, whereas in Poppy, you get on the phone, call the family, you can talk to the family, you can move around, go to the law library, move around versus being in that one cell just going crazy.
Being in one cell, they say you got 23 in one. So you got 23 hours in the cell, one, maybe an hour for rec, shower time, all within that.
No, where the feds, the shower in the cell.
Oh, the shower's in the cell. So you can, that's actually pretty good. Take a shower whenever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you pass time? Does he get to still, do they give him the Bible? Can he get books?
He gonna get his religious stuff. Yeah,
so can he just read and go to school while in segregation?
You ain't going to no school. They might bring you some literature to the cell.
Yeah.
You locked in. 23 and 1. Then he might have housing rec alone, meaning he can't have no cellmate. And when he go out for recreation, he by himself in a cage. So, but yeah, of course you could get all kind of books and literature. When I was in the shoot, that's how I did my bed. I had my religious stuff, and then I had not my hood novels, my magazines. I had everything.
Okay. Now let's say he does go to Gen Pop. He's amongst people, and just kind of lay it on me as far as even you come from a different past, but I'm sure you've seen people come in that was more green. Do people try to prey on a young man coming in that young? Trying to get under his, get him under the wing, like, hey, bro, I got you, whatever you need, let me know. Do they even play on his mind, just see where he's at? Is that going to happen?
Of course, that happens. Yeah, man. A lot.
And again, he's a kid.
That happens. Matter of fact, I can see his face from Florida. Man, I can see the little youngster face. He was the youngest one in the compound. He was 19 or 20 years old in the feds in the compound with me. Yeah. He be with Kodak Black and them. Man, I can't think of it. But the other one, El Chapo.
Well, I'll tell you this, in California, Karmelo Anthony would be protected. And I'm going to get into that in my next video, in fact, how the politics work and what should happen. He should be protected. He should not be a victim. He should not be victimized by any brother or anyone else. Any other race should not be able to get their hands on him. If they are able to get their hands on him in any sort of way, then the brothers there are cowards. That's it. That's just the bottom line. There's nothing else to it. The same way that these individuals were able to get their hands on the Black Panther, Yogi, as soon as he got out of the shoe and they were allowed to unalive him, it went up. There was a riot there, but the whites were still able to get their hands on him and kill him. And that should have never happened. Every black that was there needs to be exterminated. Period.
He a rapper too, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, chop up.
All of us in the Fed together in the same dome. Yeah, so.
Was he snitching
man,
too?
He knew the young some talking about too. He was part of,
You're right.
like I said, with Kodak and them, but he was like 19, 20 years old, the youngest one on the compound.
Did he come in with issues like, all right, man, yeah, we going, or once the car protects you?
Yeah, the car protects you because you're from Florida.
Okay.
From Florida, you the homie, you from this part. It's different. Like I said, I can't speak, I don't know about Texas State. And he's from I know his father them from New Orleans.
His family, the whole family just got to Frisco, Texas to even go to the school within like a year or so before.
So he raised in New Orleans?
Yeah, so he's in New Orleans, everything.
Yeah,
and then
so
they just got to Texas to kind of find a better life.
Okay. Come here and look what happened.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, because that's crazy because I was speaking with a young man, and I was telling him about moving. He was like, man, I want to get away. I said, man, move to Daddy said, man, I want to get hung.
Oh, man,
I'm like, nah, Dad. I said, nah, bro. I said, I've been here 4.5 years, so it got to be good.
Yeah,
you know, ain't no. I said, you think about them little heck towns, but in the city of Dallas and moving around in different little parts, now you good.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, Dallas is just as same as New Orleans.
So I got a partner, right? He in Georgia, and he was like, I said, but you gonna come to Dallas and visit me? He said, man, I won't come to this country. I ain't never cows and dirt roads. And I said, bro, you got that ain't the Dallas, bro. Come out of Georgia and come to Dallas and see. I say, bro, no. And me and he was talking today. I say, bro, Dallas have a football team, a basketball team, baseball team. I said, it's a big city, bro. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, man. I said, you need to come out of Georgia. You ain't never left Georgia. He said, yeah, you right, man. So he said, man, I'm gonna come next month.
Okay.
So, you know, people just go off what they think.
Yeah, cows and
I was like, Brian, I ain't never saw
boots.
that. But
well, let me ask you this: when it comes to how much money, because again, this is a very publicized case, and they say the family raised over $600,000 via GoFundMe and the other apps. Does that information do you feel it'll travel with him into prison to where they look at him like you got money or your family got money? So I know you can't spend as much as you can spend in the feds as you can in state, but you can still, your family, your mama can still make some moves for you.
You know, I understand the narrator and his position here. A lot of people get their information about prisons from books or movies or television shows, etc. They have no personal experience. Good for them, fortunately, with being incarcerated inside of a maximum security prison. Most of the world does not have this experience, and God bless them for that, because it's not something that I would wish upon any person in the world. And they think that individuals in prison, that everything, the prison is imbued with predators and very strong individuals who will take your manhood or take your life. And it's not necessarily like that. The truth of the matter is, and because he's saying, you know, what if they find out that Karmelo Anthony has all of this money, or that his family has all of this money? The family has raised $600,000, more than $500,000, even though some of that went to his defense. Who knows how much money the family has left? Regardless, they need that to support him inside of prison. And we should all continue to support the brother and his family. The truth of the matter is, regardless of how young he is, how much money he has, or what prison he goes to, he should be protected by every black man inside of that prison. Protected, venerated, and protected at all costs. And if he is not, if black people are the ones to somehow do something to Karmelo Anthony, then that's disgusting and disgraceful for black men. So that would never happen in California, and I don't see it happening anywhere else. I know that these prisons and Ferguson and some of these other places have tendencies there. We've seen it. We've covered these situations, covered these stories where these individuals they have wives. And it's pretty much disallowed in California prisons. Regardless of that, there's no way that brother can hit the yard and be subject to any of this tyranny, considering what he's in there for. He needs to be protected immediately from day one and needs to know that he's loved and protected and that everyone's going to do everything they can to make sure that he makes it home, that he turns into a man.
You on the outside to help somebody knowing you got some money. Is that a burden for him to know like some money was involved with his case and that $500,000 was sent, over $500,000 was sent to his family?
Not really, because half dudes don't really know what's going on out here.
Oh, hold on. So they don't have like news on the inside?
Yeah, but they're not all publicizing that part. They just publicize he got trial, he got found guilty, blah blah blah. The reason why I found out about it because I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, so most people in jail got the phone
that,
with
but some people not really worrying about their part. They worrying about that boy. He'll put something down, so let's get him to run with us because he a little soldier. That's what they thinking, not you know. But for him, I just pray that he don't get caught up with a bunch of young dudes, and because a lot of people go to jail. They go to jail kind of scared, and then once they see people their equal, their age, or they meet a cellmate who start giving them the game, lacing them with stuff, they go to getting a little courage. They go to feeling it, then go to, where they running around with the wrong crew, start getting high, gambling or whatever, calling home, mama, send me the money, da-da-da. Or you can run with a crew, and then they'll start pressing you. Man, get this here, man, tell your people send some money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when they'll start using him to get to his people.
Yeah, they could try that. You got some people that'll try that. You got some people, man, call home, tell your people send that money, or we're going to kill you in here.
Yeah, see.
You got that. You have that. But like I said, I don't know how Texas is around. I don't know if gangs pull up, religious Christians, Muslims, I don't know who pull up, and because you gonna have Christians, you got Muslims gonna try to pull up on them too, and like, come over here, brother. Come to religious service. Come. They're gonna have people gonna try to grab him.
Yeah, I definitely see a tug of war kind of going on because of who.
No, I don't, because of the fact that once you get there, your mind gonna be on, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, or hold up, and he might get to a spot where, like I said, I don't know how Texas. He might go to a pen where he don't have that much outside or that much communication with the whole population.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to Prison Stories 101, Terrence Gangster Williams there. Shout out to them. And let me know what you think in the comments. Karmelo Anthony headed to prison for 35 years. Will he be protected? Should he be protected by the system, by his people? Will he be attacked? Will the whites try to attack him? Will predators come for him? A lot of questions to be asked there and to be answered. He is a young man who is headed there for a very long time. He has no experience with this sort of situation and these sort of individuals in that sort of setting. And a lot of individuals end up falling prey one way or another when they come in young and don't understand the politics. But again, it's on black men to lace him up, make sure he's okay, and to protect him as far as I am concerned. And if they don't, it's just extremely sad. That's what they better do. That's what they need to do, and that's what they better do, all of them. We'll talk about this some more today. Stay safe and stay free, people.